Okay. I'm out of breath. Whew. Scary. You can turn me down real quiet. Whew. Seriously out of breath. I was running, but I guess I was carrying it, so it was a little heavy. Are you on?
I am. I just got on.
Oh, okay, there you are. Hi, Fern. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello, hello. Yeah. I'm not talking to myself, I promise. I'm outside currently, and I'm facing parallel to my porch, and my mom's sitting on the porch reading. So she said she's gonna listen to me and read at the same time. So I was like, okay, cool, got an audience. So I promise I'm not talking to myself. I am out of breath because I was getting my things all together. I was getting everything sorted, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna come outside and do my devotion. I was gonna do it inside where it's cool, but my cat took my spot. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go outside then. So I came outside and I was getting all my things together, and I was like, oh, my mom's on the porch. It's gonna be a little awkward doing this stuff in front of her. And I was like, I'm just gonna go to the back. But when I went to the back, there was this giant machine that was running, and it was really loud, and I didn't want to speak louder than I had to. So I was like, okay, I have to go back. And it was 4:59 by that point, so I was running to get back outside. Well, back to the front. So I was a little out of breath because I was trying to make it on time and not be late or anything. So, hi everybody. Now my whole family's outside, so that's great. Woo, got a real audience. Hello. Hi Dee, hi Ma. I hope you guys are having a good week so far, a good Friday. It is Friday, woohoo! I am not working this summer, so I haven't been, I don't know what the word is, burdened with full work days or anything. But I was up early this morning with my family. Me, my mom, and my dad went out and ran a few errands, so I'm a little tired, but I'm fine. I don't know about you guys, but it has been extremely hot this week. Extremely. It's very nice in the shade, but in the sun, it's humid and it's gross. Me, Kimberly, and Kelsey, we went running on Monday and Tuesday down at Franklin County's track, and we were running, and it was just miserable. We did it. We ran, we all set a goal of running 2 miles. Kelsey and Kimberly did really well with the whole running of the 2 miles. I ran 1, and then I either walked or did something else to keep my heart rate up so that I wouldn't fall on the ground. So that's what we did on Monday and Tuesday. I have been very productive this week. Go me. I haven't been very productive in past weeks, but today, or this whole week I was. And I hope you guys this week have been productive. Me and my family, exciting news, we are going to the beach this weekend to next weekend. We're going to Outer Banks, so don't worry, we're not going to, the hot zone where everybody is. We're gonna social distance, do all the correct things to avoid getting, I guess the word infected, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to the beach. We're all super excited. We leave Sunday really early in the morning. We haven't really decided yet. We're trying to nudge my dad to let us go early or something. He's rolling his eyes over there. But he's the one who has to drive, so I guess he's going to have to make that decision for himself. Happy 4th of July tomorrow. Wanted to wish you guys happy 4th of July. Tomorrow's going to be really fun. I know my family is hanging out for the 4th of July. We might maybe shoot off fireworks. I don't know if we have any. Who knows? It's always a up in the air sort of thing. But I hope you guys will have a good 4th of July. I'm going to go ahead and get into the devotion because I have been babbling about my life and my week. So I figured maybe it's time to start the devotion. So as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about yesterday, I was thinking of a few different topics that I kind of wanted to talk about. And then I remembered that this Sunday we had, or last Sunday, not this Sunday, I always get that lingo mixed up, but last Sunday we had a refuge event, and we all got together for the first time in months, and we got together, and we were outside, we played a bunch of games, we had a little message and everything. It was really fun, and it was really awesome, but I was in charge of the music, so-called, and I was listening to this playlist that I made when we were having refuge on a weekly basis, and we were listening to it, and a song that I hadn't heard in a while came on, and I was like, ooh, I like this song, I remember this song, and I was, saying the words and everything, and then I said this verse, and I was like, oh, okay, that's my next What's Brewing topic that I want to talk about. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm actually going to introduce you to the artist who sings it, the artist who sings this song that I heard is really awesome. He does Christian rap, but I'm also going to share a teeny little tiny part of my testimony. It's nothing like huge. My testimony is long. I've never really told anybody my testimony before, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But a long time ago, I was introduced to this genre of music that I've never really heard of before, and it was very weird to me, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this, but we'll see. And this genre that I'm talking about is Christian rap. I know some of you might be like, what? No. But trust me, don't worry, it's okay. Like any normal person, I do have favorite artists within my favorite genres. So, for example, in the genre just titled Christian music as a whole, my favorite artists are Mercy Me, For King and Country, Elevation Worship, you get the gist. But in Christian rap, my favorite artist is Andy Mineo, and I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about him before, but I love him, I love his music, I love everything that he does. I love him. And it's really awesome because I've actually met him in person, fangirled, embarrassed myself in front of him. I've been to a lot of concerts, and I even got to see him at NYC. It was really an awesome experience at NYC. I got to see him like front row with Kelsey, and she was right beside me, and we just were singing and rapping the whole time, and it was so awesome, and it was something I'll never forget. And it was just really great, and his music speaks to me on a lot of levels. So as you can see, I obviously really love him and his music, and I realize that some of you, when you hear this word rap, some of you might immediately cringe, and that was me when I first got introduced. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, I don't know, we'll see. And Charlotte, I see her comment, she was actually there listening to Andy Mineo with me too. So that was really awesome. I got to share that with her. Anyway, however, as I was saying, the reason I like Christian rap is because the artists, they tell a story. And in rap, the artists, they very rarely sing. It's not common for them to sing because their brand is rapping, and rapping is talking. But in the lyrics that they are speaking, they are telling these stories or these experiences and relatable words that they're just trying to get out to you and to try to tell you. And in every album, there's a story, but in every song as well, there's a story. And that's why I really like it. I like to understand and see different ways people have gotten through their own relationship with Christ. And Andy Mineo, he has put out a lot of albums and a lot of songs. And the ones that resonate with me the most are the ones where he's just totally honest, and he doesn't care about what his record label is trying to get him to talk about or what he thinks his fans are trying to talk about, what he wants his fans to hear. He thinks about what he wants to put out there, and he does it, and that's the thing that resonates in my heart the most. And his album titled the arrow, I think it just means number one, the arrow. That is my all-time favorite album. And why, you may ask? This album, it speaks only on his struggles that he is facing. The struggles include his relationship with God, himself, and even his family. I don't have struggles with my family, so I can't relate to that one part, but everything else I can relate with. Every song on this album has been my favorite at least once in my lifetime, maybe twice. It depends on the day. I've tried to understand and listen to every single song on this album, and this album is one that I can truly, truly relate to. And I want to read you snippets from only 3 songs. Don't worry, it's very small snippets. It's not a novel. I promise. The songs that I am going to talk about today are called Clarity, I Ain't Done, and ... Lost. Mind the grammar. He has to rhyme. So, in Clarity, the song that I just said, Andy Mineo talks about his struggle with doubt, and that is what the entire song is about. It's about how he's been struggling with doubt and how it's fogging up his mind and how it's really driving a wedge in between him and God. And one of the verses in that song that has really stuck with me and stayed with me, he says, "The opposite of faith ain't doubt, it's when I got it all figured out." And I don't know about you all, but if I'm being honest, I struggled and I still struggle with doubt a lot of times. And knowing what is going to happen in the future isn't doubt, right? We don't know what's going to happen. He says the opposite of faith isn't doubt, meaning if we don't have faith, we shouldn't be doubting. It means we should be seeing into the future, but obviously we can't do that, so we need to have faith. I have all the time let my thoughts take over my brain instead of God. I've let my thoughts take over my life rather than God. Sometimes I believe he isn't real, or he isn't capable of helping me. I've even condoned to myself sinning by telling myself God isn't real. But the guilt I feel right after I do something reminds me he was and he still is real. And I've let doubt control my relationship with God. And through the times of doubt, I ask God, when I'm like, are you really there? I ask him, show me a sign, show me something that I just know that you're there, something that I can know for sure. And I wait, and I wait. And when the sign doesn't come, I get disappointed, and I'm like, oh, great, he's not there, whatever. And I become even more doubtful. But I realize that it's not God's job to give me a sign. It's my job to have faith. In Andy Mineo's song Lost, he said, "This is how the 12 must have felt on Friday." And if you don't know what I'm referring to, or what he is referring to, Andy Mineo is saying that on Friday, the 12 disciples were lost. They were without hope and they were doubtful. Excuse me, I'm trying to find my place. The disciples were unaware of what was coming, and they didn't realize that Sunday was coming. So they were stuck in Friday, and they were really unsure of what was coming next. Later in the song says, "So I bet you, if I never had pain, I bet you that I never would pray. I trust him even when I don't see him. That's the definition of faith." And then he goes on to say, "You never said I wouldn't go through it. You just said I wouldn't be alone." You see, God doesn't say we won't have trials, but he does say that he'll be with us through them. Faith is trusting God when you can't see him, feel him, or hear him. Doubt obviously really clouds our mind. It makes us foggy to the point where we can't see, and we can't see God, and we're like, oh, he's not there, and we don't have faith in him. But with faith, God can take control. He can guide us every step of the way. And we might not see him, but he is working. He is there. At the end of the song is ... Lost. There's a voicemail that Andy Mineo left someone. And in this voicemail, he said that he was getting ready to take off in an airplane. And there was a bunch of clouds, and it was getting ready to storm, and he thought that they weren't going to even take off. but they were taking off, and there was a whole bunch of turbulence, and there was genuine fear. And then he said that all of a sudden the plane came through the clouds, and they were just in this picture of beauty. He said he thought he was in California because it was so sunny, and it was just beautiful. And it's funny because in our lives we have moments of turbulence and we get stuck in the clouds. But when we get on top of the clouds, there's a beautiful place of peace and serenity and hope. Sorry, I have very messy handwriting. So I've had many fights with doubt, and it's one thing that I have a hard time overcoming. But I know that when I'm in these times of doubt, that I'm stuck on Friday, or I'm stuck in the clouds and I'm becoming very, very foggy. But I realize that I'm okay. In his song, I Ain't Done, bad grammar, please don't mind it, he simply says, I ain't done as long as there's breath in my lungs. And this song is all about hope, and it's all about him saying that there's still more. And he is personally telling his depression, his anxiety, his anger, and his doubt to leave. He's telling the devil he isn't going to be knocked around anymore. He's saying, I'm not done, so leave. So today, I really want to encourage you, if you're stuck in the clouds or you're stuck in Friday, remember that above the clouds, there is clear skies, and Sunday is coming. You're still breathing, so I quote, you ain't done. God's there even though you can't see him, so have faith. The verse that I chose for today is John 16:13. The verse says, when the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all the truth, for he will not speak on his own, but he will speak whatever he hears. He will also declare to you what is to come. And the song, I know I gave you 3, but if I had to choose which one you should listen to, I would say you should listen to the song ... Lost. It's slower and you can understand it a little clearer than the other songs. But I encourage you guys to listen to that. I encourage you to pray and to find God through the cloudiness, I guess. So I'm going to pray, if that is okay. I am glad I got this opportunity to talk to you guys again. I wanted to share with you a big part of my life, which is Christian rap. I like sharing my music with people. I like sharing my thoughts with people. So let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for giving me yet another opportunity to speak about what's brewing in my heart. Today I pray that whoever is stuck in the clouds or stuck in Friday, I pray that they would be encouraged. I pray they realize that you're still there and you're still working. And I pray that if my words didn't reach them, that the words of Andy Mineo would, or the verse or your word would reach them. I pray that they would be encouraged to find you through their season of doubt and their season of trial. I pray that everyone will have a great 4th of July. I pray that their weekend will be full of fun, love, and laughs. I pray that they will just have a good rest of their day, and that their weekend will be safe, and that they will just have a great, great, great weekend. We love you and we praise you. Amen. Thank you guys so much for letting me come and speak again. I hope that you guys enjoyed what I had to say. I like talking to you guys about it. So I hope you guys have a good weekend, as I prayed about multiple times. And I pray that you guys will just have the best Friday. And I will see you guys later. Thanks again. Bye.